What up, everybody? What is good? Welcome to the Damn Dude Podcast.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
This is Season 2, Episode 43. That's 143. I love you. 143. No, what up, everybody? Welcome. This is the Damn Dude Podcast, where we have the conversations that need to be had in a way that'll make you think and say, damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
We're here to really help educate, entertain, and make an impact on different contexts and perspectives that we have in life. Because I believe the more access that we have to different perspectives and different contexts in life, the easier and funner it is to navigate through life and all of its ups and downs and dips and valleys and or peaks and valleys and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So we're just going to get right into this shit, man. There's a lot going on in this world right now, and holy shit, that scared the fuck out of me. Sorry, guys. That probably scared you too. Dude, I thought I put my shit up. It's quiet. Damn, I almost always do. Like, well, maybe that's not true if you guys listen to like the last several episodes. I had my phone like going off. Anyway, I want to weave this episode into a beautiful basket for us to carry away some golden eggs of knowledge and perspective. So, like I said before, I'm no fucking expert. I'm your host, California Cal. I'm just some dude. I just know some shit and have seen some shit, and I have my own perspective on shit. And I do this whether anybody fucking likes it or not. So that's what I do. And you know what I'm saying? I have to say, I do go by California Cal, but I'm not one of those Californians. I represent like that old school, like cool Californian shit, like surfing, smoking some weed, riding motorcycles, like living the California lifestyle. I know how to light a fire. I know, like, I know anybody in another state is like, what, you know how to light a fire? Bro, people in California don't know how to light a fire. It's like, for as much as this fucking state catches on fire, there is men out here that do not know how to start a fire. Like, it's insane. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, I can fix cars and do shit like that. So I'm not like completely useless. No, so we're just gonna get into this shit. Like I said, this show ultimately, if you look at it in the overall, is basically kind of has to do with mental health. That's what it angles towards. And I can't necessarily say that or we lose a lot of dudes real quickly. Like, it's not fun to be like, oh, mental health, men's mental health. Like, we don't want to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Some people, yeah. But that phrase, that whatever. So it's like, yo, we just talk about the shit that needs to be talked about. And that's basically code for, yo, like, let's figure our mental health out, guys. Like, let's lay this shit out on the table and fucking see what the fuck we got going on. You know what I'm saying? So, couple things. First thing I want to drop on us is we do have a lot of issues as men in society. And a lot of men just do not know how to be fucking men. Like, a huge piece of the puzzle of what's wrong in this country and what's wrong in modern day society is men don't know how to be men. And right now, it's like, oh, also I want to say shout out to the topic plug. Came through with a lot of the shit here today. So thank you. It took me a while to like sort this out, but I think it's some good shit. Anyways, thank you. Like, men these days are on one extreme to the other. And what is the extreme? Well, the extreme is they're on the extreme masculine or the extreme feminine. Extreme feminine. And it's like, you see it. It's like dudes are completely just like, fuck this, fuck that. Yeah, the mountains are blue, crush some Coors. Like, or they're just like, or even they'll be like, oh, Coors, that's some pussy shit. Like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but like, yeah, Coors is pretty pussy. I mean, that shit's gross, but no diss on that. It's just my personal preference. No, so a lot of us are we're so afraid to touch our feelings and get in touch with them and have conversations with our feelings and have like, you know what I'm saying? Like have a relationship with our feelings. Now at the same, and it's crazy because I know that there's a lot of dudes that can't even hear that and hear those phrases and apply it to their own brain and life and like, and happenings. You know what I'm saying? It just goes right over their head. And that's fine. This is for who it's for. It's either that or we're completely in our feelings. No, I can't do this, I can't do that. And it's like everybody's got every sort of in their feelings excuse because anxiety and fear and this and that and all this shit. And it's just so much. So the reason that particularly why I'm dissecting it the way I am right now is because we had this, they say the school shooting happened where all these kids got shot in Texas, and that's fucked up. So, you know, condolences to the families. That's shitty. That's very, very shitty. You know what I mean? Now, it's crazy because if you look at it, like a lot of the shooters oftentimes are men. And it's like, well, we can't even call these people men. They're like, they're on the opposite side of it. They're in their feelings. They don't know how to react. And it's like, they're in towns where it's kind of more like normal to be manly. And it's not so normal to be in touch with your feelings and all this. And then they're in this like mixed up world where they don't know what the fuck's going on. They didn't have proper guidance. They didn't have proper masculine and feminine figure in their life. They just had fucking, who knows what they had. Probably had the TV and the internet to raise them. So this is the only thing I'm going to say about the school shooting thing. I don't really touch stuff like this. This is not my like, I can't put my energy into these things. Otherwise I have to go do something about it. And the way that I see it is what I'm going to do about problems that I see in the world is teach these babies. That's my goal, and that's where I'm going to put my energy and time as far as solving problems in the world. I'll pick up trash, and those are like my two main things, and raising good kids that are contributive to this world. And I pull over and I help people and just things like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because you can be a real motherfucking man and still interpret and feel your feelings and not have to go be on some pussy shit or some bitch boy shit, or it's like whatever. Like, it's okay to fucking cry. It's okay to feel shit. How can you be like I said before, what I learned is how can you be a real man if you can't feel every range of emotion? A real man can face and feel everything. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, dude.
That's some real grown man shit. So, like I said, the only thing I'm going to say about this shooting thing is I'm going to read this post from Sean Whalen. For those of you who know who Sean Whalen is, he's the dude who owns Lions Not Sheep. He's a bad motherfucker. A lot of times you're not going to agree with him because the way he puts shit is just so fucking like, oof. Like a lot of times when I first read it, I'm like, what the fuck? And then I go back again. I'm like, damn, this fucker's got a point, dude. Like, he's very no nonsense. So he posted this post, and this is what he said, because everybody's saying, what are we gonna do? What's the solution? What's the solution? I will say, we're not taking guns away. Guns is not the fucking problem. Guns is not the issue. If this kid was that angry and we had no guns in this country, he would have, for one, still been able to go find a gun. It's not that you go and the fact that people are like, oh, it's so easy to go get a gun. That is not the issue. You can, dude, when I was fucking 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, well, not 18 because I was out of high school, but still, all throughout junior high and high school, I had access to guns the entire time. Illegal ones. Like, there was people that sold them. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not about it's so easy to get it. It's just, it is whether it's legal or not. So you got to understand that. Nextly, if they're able to take all of our guns, what are you going to do to protect yourself? It's like the whole point of guns is to be able to protect yourself against the government turning on the people and them turning tyrannical. That was the point of you. That's the point of the Second Amendment, basically, so you can have your weapons to protect yourself in case the structure that they set in place ever turns evil, gets corrupted, and turns on itself. Boom. It's simple, right? Seemingly. So what what Sean Whalen posted is, solution. There are 131,000 K through 12 schools in America. Place an armed guard, retired vet at every school. $75,000 a year salary equals $75,000 a year salary equals $9.8 billion to protect every school in America. That's $9.8 billion to protect every child in America, or every American child. America just sent $40 billion to Ukraine. Let that sink in. $9.8 billion to protect every American child. America just sent $40 billion to Ukraine. There are 19 million well-trained, very valuable, and capable retired veterans currently in America. Men and women trusted by the government to protect this nation. I trust them to protect our schools. The real question is this: where do you stand, and what will you do?
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude. What up, Sean Whalen? Shout out to you, man. That's fucking, there you go. And then on top of that, have stricter searches upon entry. I was at school with fucking people and guns in elementary school. I was in fourth grade, and I saw a kid in fifth grade had a gun at school when I was a kid. You know what I mean? It's like, if we had these little things in place, it's like, dude, you know what I mean? It would start leading us in the right direction. And it's like, getting rid of guns isn't going to be the answer. People are going to fight. You're going to get more people are killed. You're going to have more people unhappy. It's just not the right direction to take it. It's just not. So that's what I'm going to say about that. Like, we've been, and it's interesting too. It's like, if you think about it, we've been building up women for the past several decades. Not that this is a problem. That's good. But it just makes me question it, because if men have been built up, if we've been built, so let's say like the whole focus and point before the push for women's rights and build up and all that, it was focused on men. But what happened was all these men basically got completely out of touch, and then it turned into women's rights and stuff, and then we're back at this point where there's no focus on men's mental health and their mental freedom and their rights and shit like that, right? Now, I'm just talking about what we've like focused on societally. I'm not saying that there's not exceptions or this or that or different movements or whatever. I'm just saying, just kind of like to generalize over the past, decades. And right now, we're at this point where it's like men do not know how to be men. Like, so many of us are so fucking confused on like what the fuck it even means to stand up for yourself, what it means to stand up for your family, what it means to stand up for what you believe in, and anything like that. You know what I mean? Sorry, hold on. My headphone thing is squealing. So it's just a shame to see how men have just entered this ultimate state of confusion, basically. Like, it's a fucking trip, dude. And it's like the whole thing, toxic masculinity. Like, that's such a weird ass fucking phrase and thing. Like, we need to just stop making shit up and changing what shit means and all of that. And really just like work on ourselves and focus on ourselves and choose ourselves. And that's pretty much like the next piece of this. So there's something I want to share real quick, because the timing and the order of all of this is really important, I think, for the way that everybody's going to feel throughout this entire episode. So, as a piece, to be able to be a piece of this puzzle that fits nicely into the picture, let's have a healthy dose of reality and let's take some time to feel some shit. Now, I'm going to share a song that nearly breaks me down every single time. And anybody I share this to, they break down. It's just so deep and so powerful. And for me in my life, there's so many exact correlations in this song that was like exactly true and real to my life. And just when you hear a little bit of this, you're going to be like, holy fuck. So don't tell me there's no new good rappers. Motherfucker, listen. So we're going to play this. I do not own the rights to the song. I am just a huge fan, and I think the world needs this. And the reason this song is so important is because it's somebody who's hard as fuck, tough as fuck, thug as fuck, gangster as fuck. And this song, he's just so deep into the realities of his feelings and his perspective. And this shit, it's just deep on so many levels and from so many different angles. You know what I'm saying? Like, this song is not just some regular ass song. This song will fucking just grab your heart and squeeze the fuck out of it. And I think that's what we need to do, but it does it in the right way to where you're left feeling appreciation by the end of it. Without further ado, this song is by King Luh You, Cold Christmas.
Maybe I don't wanna be broke. Maybe I don't wanna keep sleeping on the floor. Maybe I don't wanna be sad no more from the things that I see every week at the store. I'm sorry if I embarrassed you. I kept complaining at the register, cause you never bought me them wrestlers. It's like having things was not meant for us. Thank you, God, for being next to us. I know someday you'll start blessing us. I know that's why you gave me confidence, and mama gave me always that extra love. Cold Chris, young boy, I was just like you, and you have no clue when I told you I had a cold Christmas.
Ooh.
Tell me. Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
Yo. Dude. I hope that came through clear. I realize I got to connect my phone to the fucking board next time instead of fucking playing it through the microphone. But holy shit, man. It's like, I'm sorry I'm embarrassed. I might butcher this, but it's something like, I'm sorry I embarrassed you. I kept asking for them wrestlers at the register. Like, fuck, dude. Oh, man. It's just so fucking deep and so real and so hard. This whole song, dude. You guys. Oh, my goodness, dude. And it's like there's another line where he says, all I ever did was eat rice and beans. I appreciated those types of things. Something. Yo, it's just like, and it's crazy because you guys need to listen to that song. That's King Luh You, Cold Christmas. It'll just reset your whole fucking brain for the day. I promise you, no matter what kind of music you like, go check that fucking song out. It's ridiculous, dude. It'll just make you appreciate everything you have in your day, dude. It's beautiful. It's King Luh You, Cold Christmas. I was going to say, and when he said that rice and beans part, it just, the first time I heard it, I just started crying immediately, dude. Because there was like a couple years, and I'm not exaggerating, where we ate rice and beans pretty much only. Like probably like 5 days out of the week, we ate rice and beans, maybe 6. Sometimes we would have some meat. But there was like a long while where we legit ate rice and fucking beans. And like, that was really what the fuck we had to eat. You know, and it's like, it was a weird struggle because my parents knew it was wise to buy a house and struggle elsewhere in the long term rather than to live good in the moment and not have anything in the end.
Damn, dude.
So it's like my parents, everything went to our house. It's like everything, all the money went to the house. We did not have money for extra shit. Like sometimes, yes, but for the most part, like all the money went to the house. And that's cool, but at the same time, it was tricky because it was like, technically, my dad would make enough money and to like disqualify me for like the financial aid and free lunch and all this shit at school and all that. So it was like, on paper he had enough, but it was just barely enough to just live at the bare minimum, like of, at the time it was like low middle class, I would say. Now, fuck, you go to Mira Mesa, Megatown.
I know Mira Mesa.
That shit's like $1 million houses around. It's crazy, bro. You would never guessed, you know? So it's just crazy to think that, like, dude, you know, like with the way he puts it, like all that, like, shit, I had a cold Christmas. Like, I know how that goes. I've had Christmases with nothing, and that's fine. You know what I'm saying? There was moments of life and history where I felt I had my feelings hurt about it, but at the same time, it's okay. You know what I mean? It's just like everything happens the way it's supposed to happen in order for us to learn whatever the fuck we're supposed to learn. So, like, dude, once we connect this huge piece of the puzzle back into society, where it's like, yo, we're making it normal to have these types of conversations that are deep and real and in touch with our feelings in a way that we don't know it. So I think what's happening is women have the wrong approach to men about this. It's like they say, oh, you need to work on it. And it's like men will go to looking at feelings and these categories objectively. And that's the wrong way to feel anything, is to look at it objectively. So like, I think the best way to get men to look into their feelings and tap into this is to not have it in a way where they get pushed into the subjective way of thinking about it or answering questions or viewing it. Because if you say, oh, you have trauma, I'm like, I do? Where? And you like, men, we start objectifying it. And then it's like, no, that's not how it works. It's like, it's just this thing that's inside of you. And it has to do with why you act this way in these certain scenarios, because your parents treated or didn't treat you in this particular way. And that was what you seeked out and you never got it. So that's why you do this and you keep getting the failing result of that. And then like a guy's just like, huh? What? Like, what does that mean? Like, what are you trying to say about me? You think I'm stupid? Think I'm a failure? Like, see what I'm saying? So the approach is we got to trick in a sense, not necessarily trick, but like have men do it in a way where they accidentally start feeling it. And that's why, that's exactly what the show is. That's all the show is. This is the conversations that need to be had in a way that'll make you think and say, damn, dude. Basically, the shit where you're just like, huh? Whoa. Damn, dude. That's crazy. Like, you see what I'm saying? So it's like, I realized this at some point for myself where it's like, I've got to get in touch with my feelings in the way that I view and feel life and perceive life, and the way that and to view all the shit that I'm avoiding as far as my feelings and shit like that. It's like, if my vehicle breaks down, I'll go and do the work on it. If something fucking breaks, I'll go and fix it. But for whatever reason, when I go and break, I don't want to fucking fix it. I'm just like, oh, it's fine. And I just fucking keep going. And that's what, how many of your fucking friends, brothers, partners, whoever are doing that? You know what I'm saying? Like, so, or even if that's what's weird too, is like, even if you are on this major wimpy side of being a man where you're super like, Like, you can't change a tire. You don't know how to start a fire. Like, that sort of shit. Like, even those dudes don't want to really face the real feelings. They just go and turn to, like, acting out in different ways. They'll go and dress certain ways. They'll take on different personas. They'll go and dress like this type of guy, that type of guy. They'll go and, you know, dress like women, dress like this, dress like that. And it's like, there's nothing wrong with it. But oftentimes, like, in my personal experience, like 9 times out of 10, it's the case is that they're avoiding something or they're looking for something to find comfort and identity in. But the reality is it's inside of them. Now, if that makes you feel better, that's cool. It's the same way I like wearing certain type of clothes makes me feel cool. Like, if you like that, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Who gives a fuck? But like, what I'm saying is a lot of times we do it because it's a part of this persona that we build and create for ourselves. Like, I used to always wear a hat. I had to wear hats in a certain direction with certain logos and certain letters and stuff to make sure that my identity was known. So if you saw me from across the parking lot, you would know what I was about to a certain degree already. Same way as somebody dressed up all gothic or emo or fucking whatever, right? It's like from a distance, like, damn, I could tell that's what that person's about from this far away. But the thing is, it's usually way deeper and way more fucking personal than that. You dig?
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
We're going to take a quick break. We're going to be ride bicycle.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
Good howdy, y'all. It's your man and your favorite farmer. Finger licking, finger dipping, finger fucking farmer, chucking, dicking, ducking, flipping, flocking, finger fucking Fred. And I'm here to tell you, as fresh as any morning dew, as fresh as any cold can of Mountain Dew, you gotta be cool, man. You gotta show yourself some grace and some gratitude. And in this year's election, you gotta vote for yourself. Vote to not be a little bitch. Stand for the principles that matter in life. Be happy. Get in touch with your feelings, but don't go too far. Learn how to use your hands, start a fire, and strum a guitar. Learn how to fix a car. Don't be a little bitch. Be safe when you drive your car. Finger licking, farmer dicking, flipping, flopping, chicken, chalking, dipping, ducking, fluting, tooting, Doug, fluted, chooted, artichoke. Farmer Fred. Out.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
What up, everybody? Welcome, Bicycle. So, man, you guys, we getting it in here, you guys. We getting it in. So, I wrote out this show, and I only do this sometimes. It's kind of funny, but I split it in half and did it backwards. I did. I hope you guys also did the music homework from last week. That song's such a vibe, dude. Yo, I slapped the fuck out of the song still. It's gotten old to me like 4 times, and then it just keeps coming back, and I'm like, oh, this goes so hard. That's Kai Scanlon, Hey Kanaka. That song is fucking sick. Make sure you guys, please go check out the song from today, King Lil G, Cold Christmas. It'll just do something to you. It's beautiful. Anyways, today, in this day and age, choosing ourselves. In our society, choosing ourselves can be deemed as selfish. It's interesting, right? But check it out. Obviously, it goes deeper. Wait, there's more. If we continue to abandon ourselves over and over, how can we ever be truly connected to our highest self and what we're capable of if we're continuously sacrificing in order to please others?
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
Even as a parent or partner or family member or etc. If we continue to abandon ourselves over and over, how can we ever be connected to our highest self and what we're capable of if we're continuously sacrificing in order to please others, even as a parent, partner, or family member? So here's the thing. Society can deem choosing yourself as selfish. Fuck them. Moving right along. But really, though, that's the answer. Fuck them. Do you? Fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Fuck them. Who cares? Who? Fuck them. And if we continue to abandon ourselves over and over, how can we truly be connected to our highest self and what we're capable of if we're continuously sacrificing in order to please others? Well, if we're continuously sacrificing to please others, we're not in alignment with who we are and we're not making any forward progress. You can... Okay, I'm trying to think how to paint this picture, especially for people who are just listening. So, picture... It's interesting. This is basically what... So, a lot of different cultures have their own version of yin and yang and their own explanation or symbol for it. In Peru, they have their own. And it's basically like this... Let's say you were to take a... I can't even explain it, but it's like... It's almost shaped like a cross. It's like a square, but it's got like a point at the top, 2 points on the side, a point on the bottom. Or not a point, but like edges. It's almost shaped like a cross. It's almost shaped like an even cross with a hole in the middle. But there's like T's at every corner of it. Like, I can't... Fuck, I realize... It's kind of like there's stairs that go up and it's all even and proportional. And it's like squared off. It's like circular overall, but it's like squared off. And it's like... If that makes any sense. And there's a circle in the middle. Basically depicts the same thing as yin and yang. Anyways. It's the Peru's version. So... If we're just sacrificing shit to please others, then we're not doing good. Even if it's with our kids. Like, let's say... like, to bring this to the simplest example, it's like, bring it to like, your kid wants Oreo cookies at fucking 10 at night. It's like, nah, bro, like, that's not happening. You can please them, but it's not good for them. You're setting a bad example for them. They're going to try and do it more often. They're going to ask for it. They're going to have more tantrums, and they're going to act shittier because their diet is off, and it, you know what I'm saying, moving forwards is just, it's not a good thing. You're setting yourself up for failure. So any sort of people pleasing is setting yourself up for failure, and it doesn't matter who it is. Your family and the people closest to you are going to be the last ones to recognize and see and acknowledge the growth and change that you've done. So most of the time, they're not going to be acknowledging or excited in particular ways that you want them to be, because they want to see that you're really serious about it, and that's what really makes you happy, and you really act on it, right? So here's the thing. If you... Let's read the sentence again, but we're going to remove the part of if we're continuously sacrificing in order to please others. We're going to reread this. If we continue to abandon ourselves over and over, how can we ever be totally... If we continue to abandon ourselves over and over, how can we ever be truly connected to our highest self and what we're capable of? So check this out. There's different ways that we can approach learning, life, problems, and situations in life. So let's look at this like there's a hill, right? A huge hill or a huge block or a huge building. Just something like that, right? However this resonates with for you. And You could, and you have the choice. You could go up either side of this cliff or mountain or hill or building, however you want to look at this. And the idea here is how you get to the top. It's basically a visual representation of two different ways that you can take on learning and take on situations in life. And I have to look at this every time that I disconnect and abandon who I am over and over and over in order to keep growing. But like, there's certain standards that you set for yourself once you've grown and learned certain things that you can't go back on. So even if you fully fall out of alignment with who you are, you can go back to that last checkpoint where you left off. Now, the way that this picture describes this is, I want you to picture that hill, that mountain, that whatever, building, whatever, and we're carving it out. And the point is to be able to stay on top for as long as possible. But the thing is, a clause of this is that you're going to keep getting knocked off the top continuously. But the goal is to stay on top for as long as you can, but you know you're going to get knocked off continuously. So, you have two choices in this visual. One side, you throw a grappling hook up to the top and you fucking just fast forward your way to the top. You grabbed the ladder, you did whatever, right? You got creative, you had a quick idea. You didn't really put all your heart and passion and soul and knowledge and work into it. Like, you worked hard to get there, you put in the efforts, but you jumped to the top, you skipped the line. On the other side, hold on, sorry. So now at the same time, remember, you get knocked off every single time. We're only human. You can only feel and experience so much pain before you're dead, right? So every time you fall all the way back down to the bottom. That's a long fall. You got up quickly, it's a long fall down, and it's a painful fall down. Now, on the other hand, on the other side of this cliff, mountain, building, hill, however you see this, we're carving stairs out of it, step by step by step by step by step. Or let's say platforms. You build a platform. You build a platform so you can build the next platform. You can build the next platform so you build the next platform. Because you know at the top of it, you're going to get knocked off. But here's the thing. If we're building and learning in a way that we're going up and we know we're going to get knocked off the top. It's a fact. It's part of the deal. You know you're going to fall off because you know good times don't last forever. You know bad times don't last forever. So here's the thing, though. If you've built the steps, if you've built the platforms to get to the top, every time you fall off, you only fall down a stair. Maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 4, maybe the whole flight of stairs. But how much easier is it to roll down a flight of stairs and climb back up the stairs than it is to fall off a same height cliff straight to the bottom, climb back up, fall off straight to the bottom again? By the time you've already done that once or twice, you can't even get back up to the top anymore because you don't have the energy. And then now you also don't even have the energy to build the steps either. So now you're like, fuck this, I'm using that guy's steps, but that's not an option. You only have your own steps in this life. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times people are concerned with what the fuck everybody else is doing, and that's not what it's about. Just, you've got to build your own steps in a way to where when you know that you're inevitably going to fall off the top, that you just land on the next step. How big is each platform going to be? How good are you mentally every time your mom or your dad hurts your feelings, and whether you have a mom or dad or not, every time you think about them and that hurts your feelings, that's your parents hurting your feelings.
Damn, dude.
So here's the thing is, are you moving through life? Are we moving forwards in life in a way that is beneficial for us to where when we fall down, the fall isn't that far. It's not that bad. It's not that heavy. You know what I mean? So that's my take on that. And I learned that in the jungles in Peru. That was one of my teachers taught me. He explained it better, and it's easier with a board and drawings. And if I did all that, But my point is to paint pictures and timeless classics, and this is ancient wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Like, I paid a lot to help learn this, and I traveled very far, and I put myself in many scary and dangerous situations just to learn that. And to me, it's worth it. That was me taking the steps. Unfortunately for you guys, this is just me telling you guys that there's steps and that's a thing. You know, if you want your own deep experience, you're going to have to go do whatever your work looks like to experience and feel that in your own way. But here's the thing is, now that you have that context or perspective, as you go on your journey, you will see and recognize that. Now, there's people farther along on their journey than I am, and they'll look back and hear the ignorance in what I'm saying also. And I will when I look back at some point too, or I'll be like, damn, that was pretty fucking good. Who knows? But I can hear little words in my speech and stuff when I listen to old things, and I'm like, ooh, damn it, I wouldn't say that anymore. You know? And that's fine. I'm building my steps. I don't care what they look like. I don't care what society thinks. Fuck you. I love you. I got love for you as a soul, you know what I'm saying? And for the fact that we're connected and we're here on earth and we're both spiritual beings on earth here sharing a human experience. I got love for you in that regard. But at the same time, fuck you. I'm building my own steps. Comment all you want. Throw your grappling hook to the top. Fall off. Do whatever the fuck you want. But I'm going to tell you, I'm going to climb my stairs. And I recommend that you should too. You know what I mean? So that's the thing, is how solid are your steps? Are you reinforcing them? Or are you just taking the time to carve them out of mud real quick? When it rains, is your fucking... When it rains, when it's a shitty day, when you cry, do your steps just fucking disappear? How much have you leaned into this? How much have you really done the work to heal this, to heal all the shit that you've gone through? Because we've all gone through shit. And I know you have. You know what I mean? If you're listening to this show, you're a strong motherfucker. Because that's what this show is about. That's what this is for. And every person that's ever met me who's like spent a lot of time with me will be like, dude, like, yeah, you're very strong, whether it's willed or like whatever. It's like when you have a strong will, it's like you could apply that to physical strength or mental strength or whatever. And like a lot of my spiritual teachers and guides and shamans and different people, that's the one thing they tell me, like, dude, you are strong, like, más fuerte. Like, I'm like, hell yeah, you know, like, I am, bro. I know this. I've got fucking grit and I can fucking grind this shit out. I can do this. And so can you. You know what I mean? The more mud you go through, the fucking tougher you are. Like, I heard Slim Thug say this in a song, and he's like, the harder your times, the bigger your blessings. And there was one day where that shit just fucking kicked me in the fucking heart, dude. And I was like, oh my God, like, I was like, thank you for saying that, dude. Like, that, I need that. I need to know that. I needed that reminder, dude. Like, I know this, but fuck, I forget sometimes, and we all need the reminder. So it's like, that's why it doesn't really matter if you're further or equal or behind or ahead or wherever the fuck you are on your journey. It's not a race. It doesn't fucking matter. You know what I mean? It's like the fucking sun going around. It's not a race. It can't hurry. It just has to go as it goes. And if it hurries, shit gets fucked up. And the same thing happens in your life. Imagine if the sun was like, I'm fucking tired, bro. Like, well, peace. And just spun around fucking like 12 hours faster. We would just be dead. Like, supposedly. You know what I mean? Dead on earth anyway. And when we try and do that in our lives, and it's like we try and fast forward outcomes and intentions and all this shit, and it's like, nah, you got to be true to yourself, because a lot of that comes from trying to please other people. You've got to honor your word to yourself. A lot of times, like, I won't tell other people I'm doing something unless I've already like been doing it for a while. So that way I'm like, okay, now I can say, yo, this is what I'm doing, because I'm not trying to just be like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and just like never actually fucking do anything. So the last little piece of this is accepting pressure from others to fit their mold is a form of self-betrayal. Why do we inherently think this is easier than being who we want to be? Well, because being who you want to be is fucking scary. It's called having freedom. When you have the freedom and the ability to be you, you become a free individual and a free human being, and that's motherfucking scary. It's terrifying. Being free is scary. It's absolutely scary. Being free means you're free to like do what you want, when you want, where you want. You're free to call off work if you want. You're free to go to work. You're free to not go to work. You're free to make your own money. But how scary is it when shit doesn't go right? It's all on you. You can only blame you. And then the other part of that is everybody's perspective of you is like, huh, look at him. I knew he would fail. And then you go, oh shit, yeah, I knew I'd fail. Oh, they threw. And it's just this, it sucks. It's hard. You have to accept responsibility for everything. That's the thing, is when you really be you and you break the mold of what the fuck and you break the mold that others create for you, people don't know what to think of you. But the problem is people don't respect you until you succeed or you've done something. You stay in limbo with people until something fucking happened, until they saw the picture. Show me the money. Until, you know what I'm saying? That's what people want to fucking see. And it's like, I can share my struggle along the whole way and people will write me off and say, oh, he's failing because he shared that. It's like, fine. You know what I mean? This isn't for you then. So it's like, if you think about it, like if you were to ask yourself, like if you were to accept pressure from others and fit into their mold, like why do we inherently think it's easier than being who we want to be? Think about who's asking that question. Who's talking? Your higher self or your lower self? What's your purpose? You know what I'm saying? If you care what other people think, then that means you don't care what you think.
Damn, dude.
If you care what other people think, then you don't care what you think. And that's a problem. Because sometimes, no. A lot of times, you're going to have to disappoint people and they're not even, it's like, whatever, dude. Like, you're only disappointed because I didn't fit your exact mold and perspective, but this is what I want to do and how I want to do it. And I believe in what I'm doing. So that's what I'm going to do. Someday, fuck, cry about it. Sorry, you cannot have the Oreos at 11 o'clock. Sorry. Cry about it. You got to go to fucking sleep. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing is, you just tell that to other adults, but in adult words. Sorry, you got to cry about it. You need to go to sleep. I'm sorry if that hurts your feelings. I hope you wake up and feel better tomorrow. I'm going to do this. Yeah, but what if you fail? What if that? What if that? No, you should do this. You should do that. You should do this. You should do that. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for your input. Have a great evening. I'll talk to you later. That's the adult word. That's the adult words you have to say to that basically is just saying, you're not eating cookies at 11 p.m. You need to go to sleep right now. Sorry if that hurts your feelings. Have a great night. Good night. I love you. Sorry, you got to cry about it. I'm not going to fucking please you by giving you that shit. No, it's more beneficial for you to cry about it. My higher, better self knows and dictates that it's better for you to fucking cry about that than it is for me to please you and give you the fucking cookies when it's not appropriate.
Damn, dude.
I'm not saying there's not exceptions and shit, but it's like, we're talking like the general rule and general way of living, right? So it's like, we got to look at who's talking, our higher self or our bitch voice, our lower self. You know what I mean? So I think that's really important. Is fuck what anybody thinks. What does your mold look like? What would you draw it as? Nobody can tell you how to draw in your fucking notebook. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? Spell however the fuck you want, draw whatever the fuck you want, do whatever the fuck you want. It's your book. This is your life, which is bigger than a notebook. You know what I mean? Your life is your notebook expressed. You know what I'm saying? Dear diary, dear life, like, let's go, bruh. And this is for me too. I listen back to these often and I'm like, yeah, all right. You know what I'm saying? Sacrificing to please others, fuck that. Sacrificing to help others because it's a part of your purpose, yes. So think about the cookies and your baby. That's the best example we can give of that. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, I feel like this has been a really fucking good episode. I like this one a lot. We went the fuck in like Flynn in downtown Shin, Michigan. I don't know what that means, but oh man, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys tell a homie to tell a bromie to tell a chromie to tell a dog and a friend and a hog and a wild pog. I don't know. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a grandma to tell your mother about the Damn Dude podcast. This could help save a life. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Have a beautiful day. Much love.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
Love you guys. Peace. Oh, and please be sure to go leave us a 5-star written review and tag us on. Go share your podcast listening on Instagram. Tag us. All that. Appreciate you guys. Much love. Peace.
Damn, dude.